Hey, welcome to another episode of Chad's Beer Reviews. Another beer I got on Tavor. If you want to sign up, referral link in the description below. Get $10 off your first order. So this is actually the first beer that I ordered in my last crate, which arrived like 3 or 4 weeks ago, which means I ordered this like probably 2 months ago. This is a Mikkeller double blush. So they call it Imperial Berliner Weiss brewed with raspberries and coffee. So it should be really interesting because if you know Berliner Weiss is a sour and you throw a bunch of raspberries in there, it makes it tart, but then you add coffee. Coffee, sour, tart, fruity. Sounds like a strange combination. Leo really wants to go outside. Well, that's the wonders of doing live streaming videos instead of pre-recorded. Anyway, let's jump into the beer. So this looks like a glass of like Merlot or Cabernet or something, just super dark. Not even purple. It's like magenta. It looks like a glass of cranberry juice or something. Did have a little bit of a foam when I poured it, but yeah, I mean they make a point of saying they use like a lot of real raspberries in here. So yeah, that's pretty much all I can smell is raspberry, and there is a background note of coffee. Doesn't smell all that sour though. I mean, all I smell is it kind of smells like raspberry jam. Like if you had a jar of raspberry jam and you had a cup of coffee somewhere. It's basically all I can smell. I mean, there's like a real faint lactic acid sourness in the background, but and as far as malt and hops, forget it. I mean, just the fruit. The fruit is overriding everything here. Yeah, and actually, the more I smell it, the more I can tell that like there is some kind of the lactobacillus, souring bacteria in here. Yeah, there, get my whole head in there. Anyways, we've been going 3 minutes. I haven't even taken a drink yet. Let's get started. Cheers. Okay, I think I know what they're going for here. And I've had this, well, not this, but I've had this flavor before. If you use coffee in beer, and it depends on the way they roast it, and when it's using the brew. I mean, you have to ask a professional brewer, but sometimes like super deeply roasted coffee can taste and smell like jalapeno. I've actually had a raspberry jalapeno beer before. I think I've had a few of them, and I think that's what they're going for here. Is that raspberry and coffee don't really mix, but raspberry and jalapeno do. Yeah, so it's pretty tart from the raspberry and also from the lacto. In fact, it's actually really tart. It's not, and the sourness is, I think it's more tart than it is sour. Maybe 50-50. Yeah, so lots of like a real, like I said, raspberry jam, raspberry puree. It's like it's so tart. It's like you've ever eaten actual raspberries. You can taste like the little seeds or whatever in them. You can almost kind of taste that in here. Yeah, so it's like 80% raspberry, 10% coffee, 10% sourness. I mean, and just like with the raspberry comes a natural tartness to it. And it's funny, I was actually reading the reviews of this on not Rapier, on Tavor, where I bought it, because actually Tavor has their own little Untappd now where all the users can rate and comment on beers and everything. And this actually got really poor ratings. People were like, "Oh, it's just way too tart. Like coffee and raspberry and sourness do not mix." But actually, I'm kind of digging it. I will say, yeah, I agree with all those other reviewers. It is a very tart beer. It's also quite sour. Oh, sorry, we're lagging here. I should have turned the VPN off. Sorry. Okay, excellent connection now. And the more I drink it, the less I can take the roastiness. It kind of actually, complements the tartness from the lactic acid. I will say that it's kind of I don't think it's a challenge to drink, but it's like, because it's so sour and so tart, you can't just throw this back. I would not call this beer refreshing. Also, I think it's 6.8. Yeah, 6.8 ABV. I mean, they call it Imperial. I mean, I guess by Berliner Weiss standards, yeah, because most Berliner Weiss are like 4.5 tops. 6.8. Pretty firm, hefty beer. It's about as strong as like a regular IPA. Man, I'm getting the hiccups. As far as the mouthfeel, probably put about medium body and kind of low on the carbonation. Even though, yeah, it is getting stuck in my throat, but it's not. I mean, you can just tell by looking at it, like, you don't see a lot of carbonation here. It kind of looks like juice. I mean, it's not flat, but it certainly has like way more body and way more sparkling nature than like wine. I don't think there are any sparkling red wines though. That would be interesting though. Yeah, so I mean, this is good. It was $6.99 for this one can. It's a little more than I would prefer to pay, but I mean, it's Mikkeller. That's pretty natural, or pretty standard that all their beers are pretty expensive. Well, this is actually made at their San Diego brewery. Brewed and canned by Mikkeller, San Diego, California. There you go. Actually, it has the ingredients on there: barley malt, wheat malt, coffee beans, raspberry, hops, and yeast. And water, of course. They don't mention the bacteria. I mean, I assume this is a kettle sour, not a, wood age sour. Yeah, so it's interesting. It's good. It's enjoyable. They probably could have done some 12-ounce cans. I don't really need a 16-ounce pint of this. I feel like I have to would pair this with something. I think, what actually would be good is maybe bacon wrapped jalapenos with cream cheese. I think that would be good along with this, just to kind of cut that tartness and also kind of bring out it actually would bring out the coffee flavor, because the coffee is, very jalapeno like. Anyways, wow, I'm going over 10 minutes. All right, I'm going really long. As far as rating, I think I'm going to go 3.5 on this one. It's good beer, solid. I like it. Not in a rush to have it again. I appreciate. I mean, one thing I do like about Mikkeller, even though their beers are really overpriced and overhyped, he does make he has really interesting recipes. So you would never call the guy uncreative. He's probably like one of the most creative brewers out there. Here comes Leo. What? I'm about to finish the video. Want some beer? Alright, I'll see you guys probably tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Bye. You were out.